Good day, people. I am currently at T. Isaac campsite. Episode 1, I stayed at Pistal Radar. I think that's how you pronounce it. Did a wild camp there for one night. And episode 2, stayed here, T. Isaac campsite, which was absolutely amazing. Highly recommend it. £10, 11 quid per night. Yeah, on a working farm. It's got its own little charm to it. Got all the facilities there that you need. Wicked, nice stop. I'm currently going to head over to Lake Bala. Pulled up at the lake. I need to go. It's a pay and display car park, so I need to go and get a ticket. Obviously. This was super busy last night when I came here, and I reckon it's going to get very busy today. I mean, it's only 10:30. You can see it's quite a few camper vans here, but they will go because you can't stay overnight. Yeah, it's going to be busy. People out on the lake already. So that cost £5 for the day. Right? I don't have an issue with paying for parking. You know, some people don't like it, but I don't have an issue with paying for campsites either. I think if when you pay for something, I think if you feel like you've got that value from it, then it shouldn't be an issue. I mean, just reading that sign, it said sorry, someone's cutting the grass over there. It said all the money goes back into helping Snowdonia, like the maintain the paths, and you know. And if people weren't doing that, then what sort of mess would it be? Because you know how many idiots are that like to leave litter lying around and whatnot. So yeah, £5 for a full day. That's till midnight. Or you can buy a weekly pass for £25. So yeah, decent. So as you can see, typical, I've gone here to go swimming and all the clouds are rolling in. So yeah, it's not as warm as it was yesterday. That used to be all open. There used to be able to go and park on there, but for some reason they blocked it off. So yeah, you can only park on that bit now. I've come over here on my own because there's two families over there. One side's playing Whitney Houston, and the other side's blasting Ukrainian rap music, neither of which I'm a fan of. So yeah, I've come away, see if the dog wants to go swimming. She's not having any of it. Come on, shallow. think that's most definitely a protest. You're not coming in? No. Well, I don't know what's happened because I went walking over there, but I've just come back and she's all wet, her head's wet, so I'd say she's fell in. Stupid. Right, I'm gonna have to run quick while she's there. See if we can get to a place where she can see me. She might come in if we go far enough out. She's thinking about it. Man, you could bleeding walk the length of this, it's still really shallow. Oh. I think we're just going to go after a plunge it here. Then I can go back to the van and get off. Right, I'm going. Oh, it's nice when you get in though. You feel your chest tighten. There are all them people in here. Well, as you can see, I won't swim. Let's go back for the dog. Let's go back straight. What I'm doing. Tail running around in the grass. I think she's worried. Wondering where I am. Right, Lake Bala done, although it wasn't a swim, but I'm certainly wet. So, yeah, time to move on, I think. Quick sandwich before we leave. It's raining! Get inside! Quick! I'm going, I've had enough of Bala. I am done. This is the second time I've been here. I don't know what it is, I just get a bad vibe from this place. It's like survival of the fittest. It's like every family has their own little territory. Yeah, so I'm going. I don't know. Do you know what? It's not like it's bad. I don't know what it is. I just don't get. I think it's because it's not chilled out. You've got everyone playing music. Everyone's got their own little, like they've set up their own little area that you feel like you can't sort of go near. I don't know. In fact, I think I know why. The first time I came here, we came with a group, a small group, and I arrived with my wife early. And there was a gang of bikers that pulled in, and it wasn't Tilly, it was my other dog. I had another Rottweiler before Tilly, who sadly passed away, and she was off a lead. We were the only ones there at first, then bikers came in after us and we were right at the far end out of the way. She was off a lead, and she was a dead good dog, really good off a lead and everything. Just, you know, there was no issues, but one of the bikers, a lady, she was like, oh, I used to have a Rottweiler, and she was like calling her to come over, and Shandy went waddling off all happy because she'd made a new friend, and she walked past a guy who he had his sandwiches on the floor and a piece of hair must have gone near her, and he started going berserk and started pushing her. So then obviously I got on my high horse and had to go at him. So yeah, it ended up literally as soon as 5 minutes after we pulled up, I ended up in an argument. So yeah, I think that's just sort of stuck in my head now. So yeah, I thought I'd go back and give it another try, seeing as I was over here, but I think that's going to be a last for me. I don't think I'll be coming back here. I'm going to head over to the coast now. Oh sugar! Oh man, I can't believe I just did that on. I just stalled my van on camera. Do you know what it is? This van, you've got to give it loads of, well, not loads, but you've got to give it a lot more. And I'm not making excuses, because I don't come out in it that often. I'm still sort of getting my bearings with it, and you've got to give it a lot more revs. the engine's a lot higher pitched than my other van that I use, so it's like, it sounds like you're giving it loads of revs, but you're not. You're probably only going up to like 2,500, but it sounds like it's like, wah. But anyway, boring. So yeah, I'm going to go over to the coast now. Tried for about, when I got to that lake, then I just sat there for about an hour and a half, between an hour and 2 hours, trying to find a campsite or somewhere to stay, and I'm not 100% certain, so I'm going over there completely unawares of where I'm going to be staying tonight. So it's an hour drive, just over an hour. Head over there, yeah, and see what's going on. There's a few free parking places over there, like wild parking places, so worst case scenario, I'll just park there. That's why I geared this van up to be off grid, you know, because I don't want to be reliant on campsites, but it is just nice to stay on a campsite, especially if it's like that last one I just stayed at and it's 10 quid. You just, they charge you per person, which I do think is a bit weird when you're in a campsite. You'd think it was per pitch, but anyway, for 10 quid, you cannot grumble at that. So yeah, there's a place over where I'm going now. It's actually called Dennis's Field, so I'm assuming it belongs to Dennis. So yeah, I'm just going to head in that direction. See what's occurring. So I have just arrived at Dennis's Field. I just spoke to some people. Them ones there, and they said it's like 10 quid a night, but apparently you just pull on and the guy comes round. See how it goes. You can see. See all the mountains right there in the distance. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Go all the way around, and the sea's just over there, and it is roasting. And that's how you do fried rice, campervan style. Clearly there's a section of this beach where people like to watch the fish and the birds and animals as they sunbathe. Each to their own. Alright. Oh God, when is this sand hill of hell going to end? It's getting longer. I give up, Telly. Go without me. Go. Save yourself. No? Come on then. Oh. It's pretty. Come on then. Come on. What are you doing to me? Stop making me run. There's not food involved. The sand hill of hell was absolutely 100% worth the effort. I have her trained, she's wrapped round my little finger. Tilly, come. Oh no, that... Oh. I've been followed from the campsite. Are you joking? Serious? That's what's... Is that all we're doing? We are definitely not going to get our steps in if you keep doing this. But that sun over that sea is absolutely epic. I hope you can see that. My big head's not blocking it. That is a nice view. Do you think, Tilly? Worth it? Is the sand hill of hell worth it? What says you? Bothered. Yeah, so Dennis, what an absolute legend. Big D, we're friends. He came over in his pickup truck to collect his money before. What a job he's got. He literally just drives around the field with his hand out his window. But he's such a nice guy. Yeah, he came over and was speaking to him and said how hard it was to get a campsite in this area, which again I'll put on the screen because I haven't got it's just north of Barmouth, but I think Barmouth. There's a village that I drove through. Again, I'll put it on the screen. And oh, it was like a little mini Welsh Amalfi Coast. It was amazing. So in fact, you'll have seen it on the... I had my dash cam going, so you'll have seen it. Yeah, so we just went north of that place and got to this field. Tried for ages before on park for night earlier this morning, trying to get somewhere, couldn't get anywhere, and then I seen that this place called Dennis's Field, owned by Dennis, was like cheap as chips, and you just drive on the field and then he comes round and collects the money. So I did it, I just drove on the field and he came round and collected the money, so that's where I'm staying. But he told me that there's also, so this area around the Dennis's Field, it's all holiday parks. So I think his is like a private field in the middle of it all, from what I can work out. And round the edges of it all is all static caravans, holiday, like, do you know, the sort of haven sort of vibes. Yeah, so you've got an on-site shop here, you've got an on-site pub, you've got a fish and chip place. So yeah, there's quite a lot. There's a play area as well. Dennis's field didn't have a lot going on. It is literally just a field with some bins, like a skip, and portaloos. But yeah, that's all right for me. I don't need anything. I'm self-sufficient. So I started our campervan build, rip out, 2 summers ago. But we started watching YouTube videos, people living off grid and travelling in campervans probably about 4 years ago now, and it's just, I've wanted to give up so many times, you know, when things aren't going right or it feels like you're not making any progress. But it's times like these that make it all worthwhile. So if you're thinking about giving up, just keep going. Really irritates me. Just walking back to the site now. Who does that? What world do we live in when we think that that is acceptable? You should be drinking Schweppes lemonade, not bar. No, I'm only joking. I've got it. I'm a responsible adult. So I was on the way back from the beach. That was probably one of the most amazing sunsets I've ever seen. Yeah, out of all the holidays that I've been on, times abroad, literally an hour away from my home. And it was the best sunset I've ever seen. Camera won't do it justice, probably. Unfortunately, I've only got I only had an iPhone and a GoPro with me. So well, that's all I've got. So yeah, unfortunately, it's probably not going to work out that great, but it was still amazing. And I was walking back, and there was a pub on the, so not on Dennis's field, on the actual site, like the holiday park. So that's where I walked past the pub, and then I stopped to let Tilly have a drink. Carried on walking, got halfway back to the van, and the smell of hops and barley was tugging at my nostrils, so I turned round and come back. I wasn't sure if dogs were allowed in, and obviously it's a bit difficult when you're on your own, because what do you do? Unfortunately, it's a Carlsberg, but beggars can't be choosers. It's still going down. It still tastes sweet. But I'm pondering what to do now. So it's Friday night, and I can either spend the day, I can either spend Saturday here, or I can go, I'd probably go more north if I was going to go anywhere, because that's closer to me getting back home. I don't really want to go any more south than I am. So I might, I don't think the weather's going to be great tomorrow, and to be honest, I don't want to go back to that beach now when the weather's bad, because it was so good before. I want that to be the last image. I don't know whether it's like a known thing here, but when the sun started setting, everybody was coming down to the beach and they were sort of doing them poses where they like held their hands up and stuff, like they're holding on to the sun. So yeah, I don't know whether it's like a known place to put your hand under the sun, but there was a lot of people doing it. A few of them walked in front of my camera, so that is a big lesson learned. I was gutted. I was sat there and it was coming up to like the last 15 minutes of the sunset, and people just started walking in front of the camera. I was like, no. I just said to myself, done my edit. You can edit, one, you can edit it, and two, it's a lesson learned. I should have gone further down the beach. It was my own fault. I sat right near the opening of where the pathway led through. So yeah, I should have sat further down. If I knew the sunset was going to be that good, I would have gone up further at the beach. But it was just like I had no plans whatsoever about sitting there. It was just when I sat down on the beach and I felt how it was like warm, but you had this breeze blowing as well. It was just the perfect temperature. It was dead calm and serene, and there was literally hardly anyone there when I first got there. So it was just a 2-minute stop ended up being like a 2-hour stop. Yeah. And then obviously once the sun started setting and I saw how good it was like, I'm going to see this through to the end now. So yeah, poor planning, but it's a lesson learned. Because if there's one thing that you can guarantee, there'll be more sunsets. So I've just had my morning brew and opened the fridge and realised that it's not working for some reason. Everything's switched on. I've just checked the fuse at the back, but for some reason nothing. So there's another fuse on the distribution box. I'm going to check that now. Yeah, see if I can find out what's going on with this now. I don't know why it stopped working. I did lean against it last night, but that shouldn't have done anything unless it snagged the wire. I might end up having to take it out. So I use this multimeter to see if I can find out how far the power's going. See whether it's going right. There's power going to the socket because I had to use like an extension because the socket for the fridge wouldn't stay in the CB electrical socket, so I had to use like this extension thing, and that's lighting up, so there's definitely power going to that socket. So I'm guessing it's somewhere between the male adapter and the fridge. I just hope the fridge hasn't gone because it's literally just out of warranty. I think it had a 2-year. Oh no, actually, if it's got a 2-year, it should be just in warranty. I'll have to check when I get back. I'm hoping I don't need the warranty and it's going to work. What happened to this fridge? Gutted. So you can see down there, that's the adapter that I've got, and that's lit up. All the cables look fine, so I don't know why it wouldn't be. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. See, even when I turn it up, the compressor isn't kicking in. The only thing I can think of is maybe, I mean, I'm not really that, you know, I'm not an expert on 12 volt systems, so unless it's getting enough power to light up that LED, but it's not getting enough voltage to actually power the fridge, maybe that could be a thing. I've done it. Hear that? Compressor's just kicked in. That's what the problem is. So the fridge didn't come with one of these male adapters. I had to buy that separate. Now I went on Amazon and there was loads of them. Now I opted for the dearer one because I didn't want an LED light on it. Because there's loads of things that I've got LED lights on in there, and I was a bit gutted when I found out how many USB sockets had LED lights on it, because it's just power being, I know it's only a small bit of power, but when you're off grid, every volt, every amp second counts. So and not only that, it's harder to sleep if you've got something plugged in. But anyway, I got the dearer one because it's the only one that didn't have a light on it. Ironically, that wouldn't fit in the CBE socket properly. You have to really push it in and then hold it in, because it just works its way out. So I ended up having to use this, and that's, lo and behold, that's got a light on it. So I got the dearer one and then ended up having to use that. There you go. So at least I know what the problem is now. It's this not going in properly. Let's try it again. Because I can't hold on to this and drive at the same time. Yes! Victory! We have won! We will live to see another campsite with cool, refreshing dairy products and beer. I'm happy as well because I had that chicken fried rice. I'm going to eat that tonight, and it's in there, and I thought that that was going to end up going off. Oh, I'm so happy that's just got working again. So I've literally not really got anything with me. I mean, I could have took a fuse out of, if the fuse had gone, I could have maybe tried to find a fuse in something else and put it in. Worst case scenario, I could have gone and tried finding a shop somewhere. I mean, everything that I've used in here in this build is pretty sort of standard midline stuff, so I've tried to get things where like it's common fuses, so if I do ever have issues, then I can just go to a shop that's not proper specialist. And there's usually loads of outdoorsy places in the likes of Wales, the Lake District. You can always find a Halfords, they stock loads of blade fuses, but really I do need to get some spares. I've got spare NL fuses, I've got spare anal fuses, but yeah, I've not got any spare blade fuses. In fact the CBE, I think it actually came with spare blade fuses, so I might actually have some. We've been out in this van, this is the third time now, and how is the dog hair under the fridge? It literally gets everywhere. But it's gone. Stop getting hair everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry, are you alright? Did that hurt? I'll put put some ice on that. Oh, it's so tight. Oh, just a side note, them cheese balls from Aldi's are really nice and they're ready to eat conveniently. Right, let's get me eggs. Now let's get moving. Top tip, well, it's a tip for me anyway, the bleeder, that's the water tank in the back, funnily enough holds the water. It's a sealed tank, so it can't leak, and a pump pulls the water from that. I didn't realise when I bought it, it doesn't have a bleeder valve in it, so because it's sealed, as the pump's trying to pull the water, no air can go in, so the pump's working really hard to pull the water through. It does do it. I've got a Shoreflow pump, Shoreflow 50 I think it is, but I always I undo the lid on the tank whenever I pull over and I want water. So for example, I was here for overnight, so I'm going to be using the water throughout the night, so I undo the lid at the top just loosely, and I always put that, as soon as I do it, I always put that on my dashboard in front of my Speedo, so it reminds me to close the lid. Because can you imagine it's going down country lanes and you've got 100 litres of water that's all sploshed out everywhere? That would not be good. So, because that reminds me, I've already done it anyway, but that's me reminder cue. Joe, I'll do things like if I need a reminder cue, but I don't want to write it down or leave notes, what I'll do is I'll do something, I do it all the time, I'll do something stupid, like I'll leave, just for example, I'll leave a packet of chewing gum near the front door, because when I'm leaving the house in the morning, I'll look and think, why is there a packet of chewing gum at the front door? I need toilet paper, do you know? So I just do weird things to leave myself little cues. What weird cues do you do? Leave it in the comments below. Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, I've just spoke to a lady in Llanberris. I made a massive mistake because I said when she was going off the phone, I said, oh, that's wonderful, fantastic, right, I'll head over now, I'll be there in about 2 hours. What's your name, sorry? And there was like this pause, and I thought, oh no. And she I'm not even going to attempt it. She's a lovely lady, and it's probably like a traditional Welsh name, but I'm like Andy, that's it. It's over 2 syllables, it's game over. So yeah, my tongue couldn't even get in ways that would be required to pronounce that name, but she seemed like a lovely lady anyway. I'm going to head over there now. It's a working campsite, and she said it's £9 a night again. So it's really weird. This is called Tyasaf, or Tiasaf, however you pronounce it. Tyasaf campsite. I thought, I'm sure it was called Tyasaf campsite near Bala, which is what I stayed at the other day. So anyway, I googled it. So Tyasaf campsite is the one I'm going to today near Llanenddwyn. Llanenddwyn. Is it Llanenddwyn or Llanenddwyn? Anyway, I'll put it on the map. And Tyasaf oh God, I can't remember. Tyre Seth Campsite Bala. So I don't know if the links. If anyone knows what Tyre Saf means, let me know. I mean, I could just Google it, but I've not got any signal. So write it in the comments because I'll probably forget. Now I won't forget. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to now head out on the road. I'm going to make my way over to... Excuse me. It's a little bit too excited, wasn't it? I'm going to head over to Llanenddwyn, so wherever the hell it is that I'm going, but I'm going to head north anyway. I'll show you when I get there, if I ever get there. I'll see you when you get there. Was that a song? Somebody's had a coffee. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. Nice one for watching. Hit that like button, or don't, whatever. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one.